Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Radio Show, a once proud member of the now defunct Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. From the Basement Lounge Podcast, Mike Shea is in as guest co-host. The one and only Homer Shadowheart joins us for the first time in years. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at WWSU1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence.
Hey, welcome to the Live Radio Show. I say again, damn it, Patrick. Sometimes it's hard to find a good producer nowadays.
What did you do, Ray?
Well, at least it's just the intro, and you could stick the intro in there.
Okay, yeah, that's fun. I'll stick what I wanted to in there.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to make me moist,
What
aren't
he
you?
said.
Yeah, are we actually live, or are we just?
Yeah, we're
okay.
live.
I don't see any pictures up there.
Oh,
Oh, that's
my
right.
bad.
We're on a delay. Hey, welcome to the Life Radio Show, where we're on a delay.
That's good. That's very
I'll
good.
be with you in a
We're on
minute.
delay.
I'm your host, Don Smith. We are in with the host, the guest co-host, Mike Shea. That's all he's going to do all the show. Because every now and then I'm going to look at him and he's just going to go, Mike Shea from the Basement Lounge
Yes,
podcast.
sir.
Yeah.
You were on just recently.
Yeah, it wasn't too long. Well, I've been over there a couple times to record other things.
Yeah, that's
too.
true.
Yes,
Well, we might
for,
talk about that later.
We
We'll
might.
s-
Yeah,
we'll
we
see.
might get into some dead serious conversation.
We just might. It's going to be
might.
dead serious, Don.
Absolutely.
We've got somebody way more important than me here.
Absolutely. Homer Shadowheart. It has been 3-4 years since
least,
you've been on
yeah.
the show. It's been quite a while.
So it's talk radio. We're going to talk about the left or the right is horrible and our favorite or worst sports teams, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay,
absolutely.
good.
And now that that's done, we have to find something else to talk about.
Okay, well,
So the left and the right.
yes.
I prefer the left every now and then just because I have the right all the time. And every now I call it the stranger, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the
Not
right,
as coordinated, though.
The right is for the mouse and is
Right.
for the work, and the
Right.
the left is for the fun.
I prefer straight down the middle.
Really? So
Yes.
it's like
it's moist.
Euphemisms.
Yeah. Homer, how you been, man?
I've been
It has
good.
been
Yeah.
just since I've heard from you at all. It's been a while.
Yeah. Doing well. You know, life goes on. I'm still breathing, which is nice.
That's a
Considering
good part of it.
everything. It's weird because, like, in the situation I'm in, it has been a long time. People haven't seen me around here in a long time because I've been on the road. I have literally been dying for 13 years. I have two different kinds of cancer
Oh wow.
that will neither go away or kill me. So it's a lot like my ex-wife.
I understand.
And just recently, I had actually 20 years ago. This is a cool thing. 20 years ago, I had a kidney and pancreas transplant. They popped 2 brand new organs in, cured my diabetes. I was supposed to be healthy as a horse, and in the process of doing the surgery, they paralyzed both my arms from the shoulder down, which is why I'm now a comic instead of a musician. And just recently, they found this really cool thing called the Epstein-Barr virus, which is
I've
the
heard of it,
virus.
yeah.
It causes mono, and it's attached itself to my white blood cells. It won't go anywhere. They can't do anything for it. I can't pass it on. They can't cure it. It will do nothing, but eventually, supposedly, cause my demise.
Huh.
And just given the slut I was in the 80s, that is not the virus I thought was going to attach itself to my white blood cells.
Just be thankful it's not the Roseanne Barr virus.
Yeah.
Or the Jeffrey Epstein virus.
Well, yeah.
Because that
That's
one.
true. Yeah. That's,
That one keeps you hanging on.
Yeah. Well, with that one, I think one of the Clintons will kill you. That's
Yeah, well,
allegedly.
Allegedly.
all the Kennedys are dead, or they would.
As they should be. No.
My own personal a conspiracy theory, and I hope we can get this started so everybody hears about it. Like, I want to be in Texas sometime.
Oh, yeah.
and
Everybody's
just
listening. Right?
hear about this. Yeah. Well, people talk, and there's Facebook. What I think happened is Marilyn Monroe was just tired of the Kennedy brothers, all their crap. She faked her own death. She was actually in Dallas that day. And what they don't tell you is that the imprints on the grassy knoll were two perfectly round imprints.
Yeah, because she was laying down. Yeah.
And Norma Jean was from Texas, so she could have pulled that shot off.
She was the second gunman and both breasts.
Yep,
on the grassy knoll. I believe I can
and
see that. Yeah,
she's living in Rio right now with Jim Morrison.
Why not?
And Elvis, of course.
Right. Well, Elvis is probably gone past faking. He's probably had the real death by now.
Well, yeah,
he's getting up there.
Hopefully, it was on a toilet
and
again.
weight and everything, and peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I think.
I love peanut butter.
I want one so bad right now.
Never had one.
Really?
It just doesn't sound appetizing.
It's delicious.
Okay.
Kidding me?
I don't think it's keto friendly.
Not even a little bit.
But vodka is.
Vodka very much is.
Potatoes.
So, you know what I'm having for dinner when I get home.
I wonder if bourbon's keto friendly.
I think it is.
I hope
most
so.
of your hard liquors are.
It's not going to stop me, but you know.
Tequila
Right.
is tequila. I'm not going to diet. I've got plenty of weight.
Right.
I'm just dying weight off. Remember, diet is die with a T. So
Right, there you go.
Oh, man.
Get you one way or another.
yeah.
So yeah, the last show we were discussing a blob.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and now
Roseanne
Now
Blob?
you got one sitting here in a microphone.
now we were talking about the Roseanne Barr syndrome.
Right.
Again, love the hat.
Thank you. I love this hat.
Yeah, nobody on the radio can see it.
Not even
That's
close.
what I like. Is just they're going to have to come by, look at the window, and say, "Yeah, love it."
We should pull a Mitch Hedberg and just make a bunch of references to things you have to be in here.
Right.
Like, hey man, look at that thing hanging from the ceiling over there.
Oh yeah, that's got. I can't believe they hung that there.
I mean,
I would have
Speaking
hung
of
it
Jeffrey
like 3
Epstein.
feet to the.
Yeah. It's part of his funeral tour.
Yeah, he was on suicide watch. Too. And,
Man, I would have watched that
after
suicide all
listening
day.
to Patrick's show, there was no helping it. It was done.
Well, he knew this show was coming on next. He's like,
Right,
I can't.
right.
No, not two of them. No.
Not 2 in a row. If I hear one more person say moist, I'm done.
I always find it funny that people they put on suicide watch are people you would want to watch commit suicide.
Right. That's probably why they do that. Yeah.
Usually.
Can you put a camera up so we can all see it?
Yep. Yep. What are you doing? Taking a shoe? Give him extras. Give him another belt. That one might not be long enough to go around that drain pipe.
It could snap.
Make it like an escape room, but they're just trying to find the right thing that's strong enough to,
Right.
hang them from the pipe.
Sort of an escape room.
A little bit, yeah. They're finding it. They're going to get out of there one way or another.
What?
We're being yelled at from outside the room.
They're all shouting moist.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because that's what my show does to people. It just makes you moist. That's
just-
really, it's the Life Moisture Show.
Oh.
Thought that was
And
the
we've almost you would have been my first co-host to have vomited on the air.
I threw up a little
You're
bit in my
so
mouth
close,
there.
so close.
we can keep
It
trying.
was that or the Taco Bell I had before I got here, one of the two.
Oh well, yeah. Taco Bell has tainted meat.
Yes.
Duh.
Yeah.
I heard about the recall.
Or meaty taint, something like that.
Yes,
I don't know.
I heard about the
I've had
recall.
both
And they were
those
like,
before.
we're worried that Taco Bell's meat might be tainted. I was like, it's Taco Bell.
It always was.
I was aware. I knew the risk going in there.
Apparently, there could be shards of metal in your meat.
Probably
It's
left
like
over
a
from the cop
Prince
gun.
Albert, I think.
Yeah.
Is what they call it. You got a shard of metal in your meat.
Look, that wouldn't be the worst thing to be in a Taco Bell burrito. Let's be honest.
Prince Albert?
Yeah. You remember when
That's a different kind of taco.
Do you remember
I
when
think.
Taco Bell tried to do? They were doing like
I
shrimp
prefer
tacos.
soft taco. Actually.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They were doing shrimp. I'm not getting shrimp at a Taco Bell. There's
No,
the fact that I eat Taco Bell enough shows how brave I am, but I'm not that brave.
Right. I have not had Taco Bell in quite some time
I go through a little
because I
often.
don't like lines.
That's fair.
And I mean, you can't go through. It's the same reason I won't eat Chick-fil-A. That and their whole hatred thing.
Well, yeah, yeah, but the difference is like Chick-fil-A will have a line twice around the building. You'll be in and out of there in 5 minutes.
That's true. Taco Bell, you'll be the second car in. You're there for an hour.
Yeah. Which makes me wonder why they even bother having 2 drive-through windows when they've never used the first. It's
That's
always
true,
pulled
yeah,
a second window.
And that's
Why?
every Taco Bell.
Every Taco Bell. It's not just the one that maybe is short-staffed. All of them.
Yeah, every single one has 2 windows. They only use the one.
But it's the only place in America where a buck still goes a long way.
Well, yeah, because
All
you're
the way
not really
to the toilet.
buying anything. It's imaginary food. You have to pretend.
Hey, it is the best Mexican restaurant in America, sir. According to whatever that survey was last year, where they rated it the #1 Mexican restaurant in the country, and I was like,
that's hilarious.
Who did that survey?
Yeah, a lot of stoners were in that, dude.
Well, yeah, because they're sitting up at 3:00 in the morning, high off their gourd, and just
Right.
taking internet surveys.
Yeah, that's. I guess that's what you do. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. Cough, cough,
We still
cough,
got.
cough.
We still got. Oh, okay. As my producer is just looking over my shoulder, it makes me a little nervous.
I know, especially when he's not in the room doing it.
Right, because it's a little creepy. Actually, I feel like I'm being like Me Too'd right or something.
He likes the way you look from behind, Don. He likes to look at the back of your head.
A lot of them do. A lot of them do.
You got a mighty pretty mouth.
What's that?
You have a mighty pretty mouth.
Yeah. It's a curse. It curses. It curses a lot. That's why I have to be really
So
careful
much.
on the air.
Yeah.
Especially with my producer looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I curse, he gets mad.
It's true.
He gets PO'd.
Yeah, don't do a me who lets that one slip every time I'm on here.
That's the one that gets most people.
Because it's the one you really wouldn't think.
Right.
It's such a lame.
But it is one that is in Carlin's list.
Yeah. And I told
Not
myself,
Carlin Haggerty. That's an entirely different list. That's the list of. I think with that Carlin,
anywhere.
that's a list of restraining orders. Actually,
Only from wait staffs everywhere.
I love Carlin. He's all right.
he's great.
I swear we need to get a restraining order on the people out there. I was thinking I could escape the moisture of the live radio show.
Yeah, I
but
don't think they can restrain themselves.
They can't.
Yeah.
No.
So what you were talking about being on tour for a while or being all over the country. What's been going on? Just comedy.
Comedy. The summer was slow, which you know.
Oh yeah.
People don't like to go inside when it's nice outside.
People don't like to go inside a lot of times anyway. We're still having trouble.
It'll get there. The temperature's dropping. I'm going, starting pretty much my next 6 months is going to be nonstop, which my wife just loves.
Oh, yeah. They do that.
Thankfully, we have a dog. Made sure to get a female dog. Anyway, that's horrible to say. She's not listening. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Nobody's, so you're good.
Right, yeah. I go to Iowa this weekend to Fort Madison because my people love going anywhere called Fort.
Well, I would think that would be not a place your people would want to go.
Dang it, Facebook.
Facebook.
It's going to be interesting, though, because, there won't be any corn because of the time of the year.
Right,
so I'm guessing it's just going to be a bunch of children standing in the fields wishing they had corn to be creepy in.
Yeah.
Sorry, Children of the Corn reference went right over
Children of the
everyone's head.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah.
There's a book, too.
That's a great book. It's been even longer since I've read the book.
Yeah, I haven't read that movie in a long time.
Yeah.
I just remember that little kid he was 25 when he made the movie, but the one playing Isaac, I just remember his nasally evil little voice. And he stole every scene he was in. Great movie.
Didn't they read? They did a second one.
They did 8 sequels.
Did they?
Yeah.
I never
They got
really paid
progressively
attention.
worse.
Yeah.
Stephen King, I think, washed his hands after the first one.
Stephen King is a writer whose books just don't seem to translate well into movies.
Well, some do. It's just they're so poorly done.
Yeah.
And that's you ever heard of Dollar Babies? I don't know if he still does it or not, but that's one of the things Stephen King used to do is you could buy the rights to make a movie of one of his stories or his books, and it only costs you $1 to buy the rights. But you make one copy, you send it to him, and he gets final approval.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I remember
great.
that.
So yeah,
I don't know if he still
because
does that
there
or
were
not.
so many just really terrible movies made off of his
Well,
books.
especially in the 80s, it's like they were churning them out 3 a year.
Yeah, because it was big money.
Yeah.
Well, the first version of it, the TV version wasn't bad at all.
No, there were some.
And the
of
new
them.
version is great.
Responsible for my fear of clowns. So.
The miniseries of The Stand when it was 8 hours long,
Yeah.
the full thing. That was actually well done. I thought.
And I thought that he had taken over creative rights on the movies. and I could be wrong. Kind of like the MCU took
Right.
over
Yeah.
all Marvel movies, so we didn't get another Nick Fury starring Hasselhoff.
That happened.
Really the wrong complexion.
Well, it's like they did. King himself directed Maximum Overdrive, which if you haven't seen Maximum Overdrive, do
That
yourself
is
a
a good
favor.
movie.
It is one of the best
Great
bad
soundtrack,
movies.
dude.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fantastic soundtrack.
That's the whole soundtrack's AC/DC's "Who Made Who" album.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
One of my favorites when I was a kid.
Which do you think is the better killer car movie, Christine or Maximum Overdrive?
Maximum.
Overdrive every time.
Christine was okay. That was
Yeah.
that was one that wasn't terrible.
But it didn't have a monster truck with a Green Goblin's
that's
head on
true.
it and the glowing
That's
red
true,
eyes.
'cause that's what you have to have.
And Emilio Estevez shooting a rocket launcher.
We're going old school on our movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. You got the hat. We're good.
I did.
Yeah. Make sure the camera can pick up your shirt. That's
Yeah, I know.
that's a Mike Wells shirt.
Yeah, we thought. Yeah,
Got time to lean. You got time to clean.
you got time to rhyme. You got time to
Yeah.
be quiet.
You got time to not rhyme.
Patrick's eyes just then were like, "Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't. Please don't."
Yep, I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Yeah, actually, if you Google, I had Mike on my show today. If you Google the original phrase, "If you got time to lean, you got time to clean,"
Does it come
on
up
Google
with
Images, his tweet is like the fourth image that pops
Nice.
up.
Nice.
Next
Yeah,
to-
because that got shared all. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
He told me today it hit over 220,000 shares on Facebook.
Yeah,
awesome.
that's nice.
That is insane. And he's like, "Yeah, but I only got 700 new Twitter followers." I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't have 700 total.
Yeah.
I don't have 700 friends.
You could add up my followers on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and it wouldn't equal half of 700,
Wow. Yeah, that's
which I'm assuming is at least 300.
yeah.
I mean,
I've
math is
actually
hard.
the life on Facebook, the life page has been growing. I'm
Yeah.
like right about 1,200 right now.
Right on.
Yeah. We'll have to keep moving that up.
I'm growing.
Yeah, growing a little bit.
You're a grower, not a shower.
I'm a grower.
Here's what
How'd
we
you
do
know?
now. We tell everybody that we've all got Facebook pages, and if you're a fan of the life, then just hit you and I up. And
Exactly.
There you go. There
We
you
have
It's called networking, people.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what that's it. No, it's so many people don't understand that.
it's
See, that's why you guys should be on your phones right now sharing this live feed.
I would be.
I
would be. Last time I tried to do that, though, I accidentally opened the feed on my phone and it got loopy and it was weird.
Oh, okay. Well, we get loopy and weird in here. That's okay.
Yes, we do.
I told
All right,
both
Patrick.
of my friends in the Dayton area to listen.
I was just
Both
making,
of them.
Good for you,
I was
man.
making sure you had the feed up because I know up here it doesn't display the comments
Yeah,
anymore for some
we've
dumb
just got a
reason.
couple from Autumn. Autumn's listening in.
Probably for the best we don't see the comments when
Yeah.
the internet's involved.
Yeah, the internet,
Or
the
Butch.
interwebs,
As
or
a-
Butch. We
yeah.
haven't heard from Butch, and I'm starting to get worried about Butch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jody McDermott's on the next hour, so Butch might tune in just so he can ask his usual question when I have a female.
Oh,
guest in, so.
I'm a little insulted. I have long hair. Come on.
I'm surprised he hasn't asked.
Not a
Actually,
woman,
yeah.
but he's pretty.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Right
So-
to kill. I'll do most things.
So should we talk dead serious for a little bit?
Sure, let's talk dead
Yeah.
serious because last time I was here, it hadn't dropped yet, so I didn't have a whole lot to say about it. But we're in season 2 now. So if you don't know what it is, Dead Serious is a serialized scripted podcast, kind of like classic radio dramas. If you ever listened to the Unwritten podcast, which I know you
Yeah,
were a
I've heard
part
of
of,
that
it's similar
season two of the Unwritten.
So season 2 of the Unwritten
I was
podcast.
season 2 of Dead Serious. Nobody wants to put me in the first season because
Yeah,
it puts people
well,
off.
Yeah, we got to lead up to you.
Right? Yeah, you can't take me all at once. You
No,
just
no,
gotta,
no.
yeah, you
Yeah,
got-
just a tip, just a tip.
yeah, just a little bit at first, and then season 2, cram it all the way home. That's
But it's kind of a
moist. Thank you, Patrick.
but Dead Serious is actually it's the brainchild of the my producer for the Basement Lounge, Travis Diffenderfer, who's
Which is a fantastic.
it's the
by
best
the way.
name ever. I met him in college. He was a freshman. I was a senior, and I was the second in charge at the college radio station. And my boss called me and said, "We've got some freshmen starting a Friday night late night comedy show." And I automatically was just like, "Oh, this is just a bad idea." And I said, "What's the host name?" He says his name is Travis Diffenderfer. I said, "No, seriously, what's his name?"
What did you forget? Is that it? Just
Yeah,
made it up?
I was like, "You're making words up."
Different or something.
But yeah, so it's Dead Serious. It's a zombie apocalypse, kind of a dark comedy. just government conspiracies involved. I mean, we're in season 2 now, so season 1 took off well enough that I don't mind spoiling a little bit. It's basically there's a government conspiracy surrounding the zombie apocalypse, and there's a wide range of characters. I voice a character who's kind of the scientist behind the whole thing. Travis voices the lead character, Catherine Duncan, who's an actress out of Los Angeles. She voices the other character, Naomi. There's amazing sound design in the show. Travis's audio production, as far as like sound effects and atmospheric sound and all that, is next level. There's some really creepy stuff in there. We have a guy named Arthur Romeo who voices a character called the Mole. When Travis sent me one of his monologues, I had trouble sleeping that night. It was so scary. It was creepy. And then we just added a new person to the cast named Don Smith.
Yeah, I've heard of that dude.
Yeah, I won't say who his character is yet because it hasn't been revealed yet.
Yes.
But we're in.
Now I will say I have heard of that dude because he was on Unwritten Podcast season 2 and was nominated for an Audioverse Award.
Yeah, but I don't think he deserved the nomination.
Oh no, he deserved to win is what he deserved. But no, just got a nomination, which is it's heartbreaking for all the other people that won because they know they shouldn't have.
Exactly. They hadn't earned it. But if you want to find out who Don plays on Dead Serious, so the way we release is every episode is only like 5 or 6 minutes. So they're easy. It's an easy binge for a whole season. And we release 1 episode a day for 2 weeks. So
how many episodes in a season? 10
episodes a season.
Okay.
So this Friday will be the season 2 finale. We started dropping season 2 last week. So Don appears in episode 10. I won't say who or where, just make sure you listen. But if you're like my mother and you don't listen to podcasts often, but you want to binge the whole thing.
Not only you saved me all the way for the end of season 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's you really did want to build up to that.
And we've got a Halloween special coming up at the end of the month as well that Don is a part of. And you can easily binge both seasons beginning to end in under an hour because it's 5 minutes an episode.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun. There's comedy, there's horror, there's drama. It's a lot of fun, and we've had an absolute blast making it, and we've got an amazing voice cast for it, and it's growing pretty well. Like we've got I think we're just shy of 2,000 hits right now.
Cool. Well, where can you find it?
It is everywhere that you can listen to podcasts.
Everywhere what you want to be.
Yeah. We distribute it out of Anchor, but we just got approved to be on Stitcher. It's on Spotify, Apple, Overcast. It's not on iHeartRadio because iHeartRadio is really strict about their guidelines for what shows can be on there.
Yeah.
But if you name
they can't be that strict because we're on iHeartRadio.
Well, they're strict as far as like how often you have to release to stay on there. You have to release at least once a week, and
it has to be steady, and which I get.
Yeah, it's their radio thing. I get it. That's just not. But yeah, it's if you just like want something fun and easy to get through, and you like zombies and you like horror and you like weird comedy.
Yeah,
and the occasional sex joke.
Occasional
sex joke. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So.
Is it on Pornhub at all?
Not yet.
Not
okay.
Yet. But we're going to do a live action version.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's going to be of writing and animating the porno parody version.
Right. It's going to be the exploits of my character. Actually. Yeah.
Good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of moisture in that.
A lot of moisture. A lot of moisture.
So much so.
Unbelievable amount of moist undulations.
Yeah. Right.
I think I'm going to write that down.
You moist undulations?
An unbelievable amount.
Unbelievable.
Because it has to have the whole statement in there. Because otherwise you're not going to believe it. I can't spell.
I can't believe it's not a moist undulation.
Yeah, I can't believe I use butter.
Salted or unsalted?
Assaulted. It's always assaulted.
I will say we have a really neat website set up. If you go to deadseriouspod.com, there's like character bios. There's like a map of Travis has done a really good job of just kind of creating the whole world the show takes place in. There's a lot of cool interactive stuff on the website if you want to check that out too.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to go ahead and hit the comedy rundown.
Oh, do we have to?
Yeah, we have
I guess so. All right.
And I didn't change any of the breaks from last week, so we're going to have the same music, same song, same everything. And I'm just avoiding Patrick because that's what I do. I'm going
to pose.
Keep moving.
This is great radio.
Yes, it is. It's that radio silence. What's he doing? See, again, we're referencing things that they can't see.
It's shadow puppets.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to Shadow Puppet Theater on the Life.
I mean, there is a skeleton next to you, so.
Ooh. Relican. Here's this week's Comedy Rundown, brought to you by the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's historic Oregon District. Call 224-JOKE or go to wileyscomedy.com for all the best in Dayton comedy. Tuesday, October 22nd, tonight, open mic at Peach's Grill at 104 Xenia Avenue in Yellow Springs. That show starts at 8 p.m. It's also comedy night at the Paradise Key Cafe at 3243 Needmore Road. That show starts at 9 p.m. And also an open mic tonight at the Growler Pub at 3808 Wilmington Pike. That show starts at 8 p.m. Wednesday, October 23rd, open mic at Mila's Suburban Cafe at 606 Taywood Road in Englewood. That starts at 7 p.m. There's also an open mic at the South Park Tavern at 1301 Wayne Avenue. That show starts at 9 p.m. Thursday, October 24th, open mic at the Spirited Goat at 118 Dayton Street in Yellow Springs. That show starts at 7 p.m. There's also an open mic at the Barrel House at 417 East 3rd Street from 8:30 to 11 p.m. And, of course, the open mic at the Hookah Bazaar at 958 Patterson Road. That show starts at 10 p.m. Sign-ups for that show if you want stage time are at 9:45 with Johnny Woods. Is there something else?
There's also a mic tonight at Jimmy's Ladder 11 at 9:30.
Oh, okay.
So if you make that one.
I was there Saturday night to see one of the most god-awful heavy metal bands I've ever seen. Speaking of zombie shows, the mosh pit looked like 10 zombies were just very slowly ambling back and forth.
Oh, we're talking about this later.
Oh, yeah, it was a blast. Friday, October 25th, the most offensive show on earth is back at Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in the Oregon District. It starts at 8 p.m. Get your tickets at wileyscomedy.com. Also, comedy show at JW's Wine Cellar at 724 East Main Street in Trotwood. That show starts at 7 p.m. Also on Friday, Limaland Comedy presents Legends Comedy Outlaws at Legends Tavern at 1355 North Cole Street in Lima. That show starts at 9 p.m. And Friday through Sunday, October 25th through the 27th, Jesus Trejo is at the Dayton Funny Bone at 88 Plum Street at the Green. And there's no Wiley Sunday Comics, no show at Wiley's on Saturday because of Haunt Fest down in the Oregon District. Nobody'd be able to get back there to us. But that is it. As always, check out wileyscomedy.com and DaytonFunnyBone.com for details and tickets to upcoming shows. And don't forget to check out the mic on Monday nights at 7 p.m. at the Barrel at 857 West Central in Springboro. I believe they have a mic at Stage Door on Mondays as well.
Yes, they do. I went last night. That one starts at 9. Sign-ups are at 8.
Okay, cool. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break. This is we're going to play Mr. Stone King again. This is a question of faith and moisture. No. Go ahead, Patrick.
Be the thing that you feed. I'm not asking for love or redemption. I'll sell my guilt to your need. I'll breathe for you, die if you want to. I'll mourn with you by my grave. How dare you to judge me? Your God has disowned me. I've come to you to be saved. They say I sold my soul, and we all reap what we sow. I'll shine for you, burn if you want to. You'll be the price for my pain. I'll kill your God, pray for salvation. I'll be the end to your sane. I'll lie for you, be your conscience in you. Sacrifice reason for shame. I won't ask for faith or forgiveness. I'll be the blood in your veins. They say I lost my way. I'll wait for Judgment Day. Don't pray for my soul. Don't pray for my soul. Don't pray for my soul. They kneel down, praise God, shout hallelujah, lift up their eyes when they pray. When children kill children, don't it make them wonder? Don't it make them question their faith?
Hey, this is Don Smith from the Life Radio Show. Do you like telling jokes? Are you the class clown? Do your friends always tell you you're funny? You want to prove them wrong? Well, nearly every Sunday, Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's Oregon District brings you Wiley's Sunday Comics. You can be the one on stage making people laugh. Or not. All you have to do is send an email to wileysundaycomics@gmail.com and follow the instructions in the reply email, and you can tell jokes at Ohio's oldest comedy club.
You fool! You fell victim to one of the classic blunders. The most famous is never get involved in a land war in Asia, but only slightly less well known is this: never go in against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
Hey, welcome back. So I can clearly not choose the microphone in front of you. We're back on the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith. I want to give a couple quick shout-outs real quick. Shouts out, shout-outs. How would that be?
Out
Would it be?
shout-outs.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to shout. Hey! Keep it down out there!
We're doing a radio show.
Yep, I have to apologize, first of all, to Autumn Hatcher. She's listening in. She reminded me that I was supposed to have been drunk texting her. And I have forgotten. I actually gotten drunk enough that I forgot to drunk text Autumn.
need to get you
So I
that
apologize
Lucky
for
Charms
that.
beer.
Give me her number.
Yeah.
I can drunk text her later tonight.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll get that for you. Did you hear that, Autumn?
Let's just give her
Homer's going to drunk
let's
text
give her
you
number
now.
out just on the show, and then everyone can, and she won't
Hang on,
feel
hang on,
neglected.
hang on.
Yeah.
I could send her a message through the display.
I already sent a message on Facebook, so I answered her back and told her I'm going to get on that. Also,
Also, these are jokes, people.
yeah, exactly. No, actually, I'm supposed to drunk text her.
Oh, okay.
I just forgot. I made a promise.
Do you know
that,
what?
I was too drunk to keep.
You know what makes me upset, Don?
What's that?
Out there somewhere in the world is a filmmaker who recently watched The Princess Bride and thought to himself,
Let's redo that.
I can do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is disheartening
Yeah.
for many reasons.
That is a perfect movie. Leave it alone.
Yeah. But no, we were discussing the metal band at Ladder 11 last night, and the person that was there to see them with me was just commented too that it was how bad it was. It was cracking me up, actually.
You'll have to tell me the name of them off the air.
I don't remember the name of them.
okay.
That's
Good.
That's how great they were.
Well, no, it's
Probably
not
for the
because
best.
you might stumble into
I
a
think
show.
that
true.
it might have
Yeah.
been unmemorable.
Might have been.
Unmemorable.
Just, welcome to the stage, unmemorable.
Hey, if there's a really bad band out there that remembers seeing Don at your show, let us know what your name is.
Yeah, reach out, let us know your name so we can help advertise you, because more zombies need to waddle back and forth in a mosh pit.
Or
That's really-
avoid you. What are they?
Or avoid you.
Did I ever tell you about the time I almost got into a fight with a Teletubby at a metal show?
No, but we must hear it. I was going to cover news. This is better.
We'll get to it.
I'm all ears.
I went to a metal show. It was a Halloween metal show. This was like 10 years ago. And so everybody was in costume because it was Halloween. And I was down and I got into the pit. And doing the pit, some guy accidentally hit me in the face. And in my adrenaline, I spun around, ready to, cock the arm back, ready to deck him. And he was dressed like a big red Teletubby. And I just went, nope, can't do it. Nope.
Oh, they'd
I
have
left
been
the
done.
floor.
They'd have been done.
I couldn't do it.
Teletubby or not. I'd have hit harder if it was a
It was one of those
Teletubby.
where it was so.
The only thing
it
would have
made me
been the only
freeze.
thing that would have been worse is if it was like Barney or something. I'd have just they'd have gone down.
I think it was just because it was so jarring. It was so jarring and just so unexpected. Like, of all the things I could have spun around to see myself getting punched by,
Right.
like
The Teletubby.
Ninja Turtle would have been on the floor.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Batman would have been on the floor. But you see just this giant red Teletubby, and it just kind of makes you take a step back and go, "No, never mind."
Yeah. Where do I punch this where it's not so padded that it's actually going to feel it? Yeah,
I don't know if
it's like punching a boxing glove.
Yeah,
It would have been pointless. It would have been pointless.
I don't know if you've heard of the child's cartoon Booba, which
can't say that I have.
okay. So apparently these 5 characters. They're even more puffy than a Teletubby, so be glad they're not them.
More puffy than
More
a
puffy than a
Teletubby.
Teletubby.
There's a tagline.
Considering the things I said,
I just wrote more puppies.
how can I turn that into a bit on stage?
More puffy.
title of my
That is
first comedy album.
Teletubby. I don't want to name the episode that because, you might get offended.
The worst part
Sean More Puffy Combs.
The worst thing is, these things fart when they move, and I kid you not.
Teletubbies?
No, the boobas.
Oh, the
Oh, I
boobots?
was talking about
Yeah.
me. Okay.
Is that what the boobots? Is that what they are?
Booba.
Booba.
Yeah,
Booba.
Boobah.
Booba. Okay.
Booba.
Booba.
That sounds like
Let's just keep saying that. Bah!
that's
It's scary that he knows how to spell it.
Booba.
No, you watch enough Booba. He originally Googled boob, and that's what came up.
that sounds like when
It was a typo when he was Googling.
it sounds like a girl. That's like if you asked a girl if you could see her boob, and she's like, "Can you see my what? Can I see your booba?
Boobas.
Booba.
Could I see your boobas?
Just
Boobas.
one boob, not both, just one."
Yeah, just well,
I
that's
can
all you
imagine
need.
the other.
That's all you
Symmetrical.
need. Well, yeah, if there's that way you can imagine them symmetrical, knowing that they probably aren't.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes it helps because you have to hold one up a little.
true.
So-
Well, most of us are right-handed. That's why.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Back to that discussion. Moist.
Oh,
Oh,
Bad
man.
context.
I don't know. On this show, there's never really such a thing as good context.
That's true. It's pretty much
Context just makes everything
whatever.
worse here.
Yeah. It's Should we hit some news stories, or were you still?
I think that's
wanting
for
to
the
punch
best.
Teletubbies? And so far, we do have 2 great titles: an unbelievable amount of moist undulations, or more puffy than a Teletubby, which I'm leaning toward more puffy.
I think that's
than
my
a
favorite
Teletubby.
right now.
All right, let's hit some news stories and get this shenanigans over with. Along with checking Halloween candy for choking hazards and other concerns, I don't remember any of these because these are like from 2 weeks ago that we didn't get to.
Okay.
Along with checking Halloween candy for choking hazards and other concerns, parents might want to inspect for something else: propaganda. Creationist Ken Ham, who runs Noah's Ark-themed attraction in Kentucky, is encouraging his followers to hand out a Halloween, quote, gift that's more trick than treat. One way you can make the most of this once-a-year opportunity is by giving gospel tracts to children and or their parents, along with candy and treats. He wrote on his website. Ham suggests going ham.
Moist.
Yeah.
No,
Moist
trust me,
ham,
that is
yes.
not a moist ham.
Yeah, that one's
Very dry.
Very dry.
Ham suggests giving away the items he sells. Of course. Give them away.
Yeah.
Including fake $1 million bills with pictures of things like a T-Rex or Noah's Ark on the front, or fake euros like Patrick has on the front, and warnings of eternal damnation on the back, because that's what I'm going to get tattooed on my back. It's just a warning of eternal damnation. Way if I
need
ever
that
go
on
to
my
prison. Ham claims the funny money is, quote, worth far more than $1 million. Which would make
I
the
beg to
retail
differ.
price of $8.99 for 200 of them an absolute steal, or just absolutely steal them.
See, now this is why people's houses get egged on Halloween.
Exactly.
Now, here's a question: if you go to the either the Creation Museum or the fake Ark, if you steal from the gift shop, do they prosecute you, or do they just forgive you?
I think they
I'd say
persecute you.
because that's Old Testament. They're going to stone you.
Yeah, that is true.
They're going to throw you to the water of the 40-day flood.
Yeah, they're going to drown you. You're going to get waterboarded is what's going to happen on that.
Or they just make it work there.
Yeah, oh,
Ugh.
My niece
yeah,
did.
just kill me.
Did she really?
Yeah, I grew up where the Creation Museum is.
Okay.
Funny story. Guy was testing the zip line out, got struck by lightning. Wish I was making that up.
Wow. That's great.
That's perfect.
That's a sign from God right there.
Not a cloud in the sky either.
Yep. Was it around the same time that the touchdown
No,
Jesus
it was after.
burned?
Yeah, it was after that. While my niece was working there, though, somebody asked her, "Well, how can you? They've carbon dated these dinosaurs. They're much older. How can you say this?" And my niece was in college at the time to be a scientist. And she goes, "You've heard of fairy tales, right?" She got fired.
Right. Yeah, How could you, as an educated college student, work at the Creation Museum? I don't know.
Money.
Look,
money.
we all
Money.
did stupid things in college for
That's
money.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$20
Some
is $20.
Yeah, we try.
Whatever you do in the back alley is none of our business.
Right. Back alley Creation
Hey,
Museum.
hey, man. Hey. You want to hear some theories on creationism? $20, I'll tell you whatever you want to hear.
Got some Old Testament for you.
Oh yeah.
My college had those guys who come around and try to hand out all the Old Little Testament, like little mini versions of
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I would always give weird lies to the guys as to why, not trying to be rude, but also trying to get away from them as possible. And one guy, he tried to hand me one, and I said, "Oh, no, thanks, man. I'm Jewish." And he says, "Oh, well, then you need this most of all." And I was like, "Okay, I didn't want this to be a fight, but now it's going to be a fight. Am I Jewish? No. But now I'm going to pretend I am."
Yeah.
I went to college in L.A. where the home church of Scientology is.
Oh wow.
And we would walk to school and always get, "Do you want to hear about Dianetics?" Finally went, "No, I pee fine, thanks."
When I was in Chicago earlier this year,
Nope, I can use an anti-diarrhea.
Yeah. That'd be great.
when I was in Chicago earlier this year, in one of the random little plazas downtown, they had like a hat shop.
Hold on a second.
What?
Go sit down.
Oh, we're yelling at people in the window again? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
But in this little plaza in the middle of downtown Chicago, there was like a hat shop, a little dive bar, and then just a little Church of Scientology shop. Like it was part of like a strip mall or something like that. I was like, is the church struggling?
Oh, no, they're doing fine.
Yeah.
It is Chicago, so I'm sure that quote unquote prime real estate probably cost them like $500,000 a month in rent. But
Are you talking about the one they opened up that used to be a strip club? Is that the?
it may have been, honestly. That's the part of town. That's the part of Chicago.
There was a
this
news
in.
story we covered here where they were opening up a church and I believe it was a church school. It was like a Catholic school that they were opening up. Perfect. And in what used to be a former strip club.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you still get to tuck your dollars.
You know, we could do that.
Yeah.
We could open a Comedy Zone doing that. Comedy Zone has this thing where if you want to franchise a comedy club under their name, just find a property and say you're doing it as a Comedy Zone, and they will fund the whole thing.
Sweet. I might look into that.
Yeah.
Because it's what I want is another comedy club.
business. That's business. They're done.
Loving. Every day
Competition, it
every
makes
day is
things
better than
thrive,
the last.
What's the next news story, Don?
Blood may be thicker than water, but it will still flood your basement. Nick Listina found this out the hard way 2 weeks ago when he discovered 5 inches of blood, fat, and other animal tissue flooding his family's basement in Bagley, which is about 45 miles northwest of Des Moines. He told the Des Moines Register that he hasn't been able to clean it up because it's still seeping in. The waste is coming from a neighboring meat locker where blood and tissue from slaughtered animals was washed down a drain. Officials say a clog or break in the pipe sent the waste into Listina's basement through a floor drain. The state environmental specialist traced the waste to Doll's Custom Meat Locker, which sounds like a strip club.
Yes, it does. Man, he has got the best haunted house in town, though.
Meat Locker, give it up for cinnamon and animal blood.
He needs to charge $5 to tour his house on Halloween.
Yep.
this year.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Yeah, the company is now pumping it into a large tank.
Yeah, word on
So
the
they can distribute it
So
to
that
someone
they can
else's
distribute
house.
it to other households
a lot of
that
blood
are
and
in
guts.
need of basement blood.
Yes.
Which is most of them.
That's so much blood. I hear that Quentin Tarantino wants to buy his house.
I heard he wants to buy Doll's Custom Meat Locker.
He probably does.
Probably does. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? It's actually DAHL, which it just sounds better than it looks when it's spelled.
Yeah.
It sounds fancy.
Yeah, it does. Wasn't that like a children's author?
Roald Dahl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie the Chocolate Factory, man.
Yeah.
James and Johnny
There
Peach.
you go. And Custom Meat.
And Custom Meat. I never read that one.
Okay, it's a Halloween.
It was in the
Halloween
adult
version.
section.
Oh,
It was-
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
Most of the books I get come from the adults. They're more magazines and videos and DVDs.
not a lot of words.
Yeah. He's never seen the end of one, though.
Why would you? 2 minutes in, I'm good. I know how this is going to end. Because it just did. She was. Yeah. I don't like that news story. We'll skip that one. We'll skip past that.
It's got a significant lack
Everybody
of blood in
knows
it.
clowns can be scary.
Yep.
But have you ever seen Brie McGurk on stage? She's the clown.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. We love you, Brie.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Everyone knows clowns can be scary, but what about one hired out by parents to spook their own children? Wrinkles the Clown is a new online documentary about a U.S. urban legend of the same name, sparked by a series of viral videos of an apparently real-life Pennywise. In 2014, a YouTube page titled, "Have You Seen Wrinkles?"
Wait, this was a priest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Priest Wrinkles, can you come here?
Have you seen Wrinkles? Posted security camera footage of a child sleeping in their room before a clown silently emerges from under their bed and destroys the footage. According to the description, the video was supposedly shot in Sarasota, Florida in June 2013, one of the earliest sightings of Wrinkles the Clown. Have you seen Wrinkles?
No! Just no!
Yeah.
No, there is no part of that that's okay.
See, it's weird. You're afraid of clowns, and I have a clown fetish.
Oh.
It's just
We got to pull her up.
There you go.
Swipe left on Tinder. No, thank you. Why?
Out of curiosity, do you? Is there truth to that?
there is, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of hot. And
you
my
ever
wife one time said, "Are you down to clown?" And I walked around the entire weekend dressed up like a juggalo, and nothing happened.
Did she ever honk your nose?
But I dated someone who was a clown at one time.
I have a set about that. I have a joke about that.
I do too, but I can't do it on the radio.
Yeah. Well, mine ends with her being a squirter because she got the bottle of water and the seltzer and
No, I'm the squirter in mine.
I'm just horrified all around.
A wanted Texas man who challenged police to find him was arrested after police found him.
That's usually how that works.
Yeah, Jason San Miguel reportedly issued the bizarre challenge to the Wharton Police Department when he was informed Friday he was wanted on a burglary charge, telling an officer that cops would have to find him to arrest him. Again, that's how that works.
It's true.
And he doubted that they were up to the task. An officer suggested he turn himself in, to which San Miguel allegedly said he would when he feels like it.
Wait, who told him that?
The police officer on Twitter. On Twitter.
Oh, on
or
Twitter.
Facebook,
Okay, I was going to say, if this was face to face, why didn't they just arrest him then?
They couldn't find him.
Because he said he couldn't.
It's grandson of the Invisible Man.
It's a fairly inept police department.
Right. Where is he? Right there. I'm going to arrest him if I can find him. Despite his confident boasts, however, San Miguel apparently wasn't very good at hiding because police officers said they found him within a few hours in what was probably the first place they looked, the attic of his home in Wharton, a city roughly 60 miles southwest of Houston.
Aha!
Yeah, clever boy. Yeah, that's...
It's always the last place you look.
Because
why do you keep looking?
Yeah.
Just in case.
Unless it's the first place you look.
Right, yes.
The first place is the last place you look because you don't need to keep looking. That's how that works, Patrick.
The more you know.
You keep it up with the class. All right. Mm-hmm. A man in Florida accused of robbing a bank while disguised as a woman has been arrested after he allegedly stole a police cruiser and led deputies on a 2-county chase. Investigators said, Gumercindo Reyes Jr. There are 2 Gumercindos out there, which is just shocking to me.
I want to name our son after myself, and she was like, "All right."
Yep.
She had a chance to think about it and say no.
Yeah.
She died at childbirth. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
that's what it is. Welcome, little Gumercindo, or little Goo, as we go.
Little
Boys.
goo.
He started out a little goo.
Little blob of goo.
Yeah, that's.
Well, that's how we started.
Gumersindo Reyes Jr., 51. He's old goo.
That goo
Like
has
goo stuck to the bottom of your
goo
chair.
has turned.
I need to know if there's a
Goo's gone
third
bad
now.
And robbed a bank. When good goo goes bad. What is wrong with us?
Everything. Would you like a list?
Not sure we have that kind of time.
Oh, anyway, Gumersindo Reyes Jr., 51, was wearing a gold dress and red wig when he entered a Chase
Stylish.
Bank in Castleberry, northeast of Orlando, and passed a note to the teller demanding money. Police Chief Larry Krantz told that's a grizzled old police chief. Krantz.
Yeah.
He allegedly left carrying an undisclosed amount of cash in his backpack. Reyes drew attention of a passing Seminole County deputy who saw the suspect ditch his disguise behind a bush. Because where else would you put your red wig? The deputy got out of his patrol car and confronted Reyes, who police said was displaying bizarre behavior. After failing to subdue Reyes with a stun gun because you can't shock goo,
Doesn't conduct electricity.
the deputy chased him into an apartment complex across the street from the bank. The deputy reached for his firearm and ordered Reyes to the ground, but Reyes also tried to grab the weapon, setting off a struggle. Reyes then dashed out of the complex and stole the deputy's patrol vehicle, police said. So that is also a very inept police department.
Yeah.
A lot of that going around lately, stealing police cars.
Yep, that goo is slippery.
Some goose
He
sticky.
wearing
This
a
was
dress,
obviously
but he gave
slip.
him the slip. That's what the headline should have been. Bank robber wearing a dress gives police the slip. Oh, that's
After
dumb.
hiding behind his bush.
Yeah, after hiding behind his red bush. Red bush.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah. Are we doing okay?
I think so, yeah.
All right, perfect.
We've
perfect.
lost our producer.
Oh yeah, well, that's a good thing sometimes.
I know.
You're just
I know
gonna
a
lose
booker
producer.
that robbed a bank. That was.
What's that?
I know a booker that robbed a
Really?
bank.
Really?
Nice.
Did he used to own a comedy club in Dayton, Ohio?
Yeah.
No, he did not. He
Yeah, because he's got plans.
he worked in Indiana.
No, he said a booker. I don't book anything.
Yeah.
That's all I can do to book guests for this show. Yeah.
I get a picture from a buddy of mine. He's like, "You recognize this guy?" And it's bank security footage. I'm like, "Yeah, that's Eric." He goes, "Yeah, he got arrested for bank robbery."
That's funny. This is how I book guests for my show. Homer, I think you sent me a message like 2 days ago and said you'd like to get back on your show sometime. I said, you're on Tuesday. Come on in. I have nobody right now, so then I got to struggle Monday to get everybody else on board.
Right.
Yeah, we're good though. We're good because I think I hit Jody up Sunday night at Sunday Comics to be on the show. So yeah, it's all
like
last
Jody.
minute thrown together. This is what we do.
I mean,
That's
he,
cool.
he asked me Saturday when he was at my place, in my basement.
Yeah. Recording for the,
No, I
for the
wasn't
Dead
gonna-
Serious.
it's- Yeah.
I mean, Don, you can tell him it's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, it's
No.
okay.
There's
I don't
some things I
judge.
need to keep private in my life, Mike.
I'm in a judgment-free zone until I leave your earshot.
this isn't Planet Fitness.
We got time for one more news story, and then hopefully a producer comes back in and takes us to break because I'm not allowed to touch stuff.
Oh,
I'm touching stuff.
Police say a Pennsylvania homeowner went to investigate the sound of singing coming from the first floor of his home early Monday morning, only to find a naked man drinking milk in his kitchen. Erie police, which that would be an eerie situation
sounds about right.
anyway. Erie police said the homeowner heard the singing around 3 a.m., grabbed his pistol, and headed down the stairs to find a man sitting on his kitchen floor.
Did he also have his pistol in his hand?
Very likely. And the jug of milk in the other.
Yes.
He was just claiming it. Milk's mine! Because once you stick your penis in something, it belongs to you.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he was just seeing if he was on the picture.
Right. Am I missing yet? The homeowner called police and the man was taken into custody. Erie police could not immediately be reached for comment, but authorities told the Daily News the suspect appeared to be under the influence of an undisclosed substance and was acting confused.
so mad.
Because they didn't tell him what he was on, so he was confused.
He was one of those aliens from Alien Nation.
He was high
The
on
milk.
life,
Very good.
man.
Yeah,
The
he
milk
was
got
high
him.
on life and milk.
Yeah.
The intruder was arrested and charged with criminal trespass and disorderly conduct. He was just sitting there.
But he was naked.
Yeah. That's not disorder.
He
Well,
was
it
drinking
could have
milk.
been untidy.
Trust me.
He was drinking
been
milk.
untidy. I
That
don't
is
know.
responsible. Milk is good for you. He was doing the
That's
responsible
true. Yes,
thing.
absolutely. Because I'm drinking milk, and one day I'm going to grow up big and strong.
Right.
building
He was just filming a commercial
building strong bone.
for Pornhub.
Pornhub doesn't need commercials.
No injuries were reported. It wasn't clear how the man entered the home or how long he had been in the residence. Probably lived there for a while. It was his brother. He lived with him. They just didn't want him naked
In the kitchen.
in the kitchen drinking his milk because you can't. Once you see that, you're not going to be able to have your Cheerios. They're not going to taste
You
anything.
throw that
They're
milk
not going
out.
to taste like anything other than naked dude.
Yeah, no, you throw that milk out.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
Pop-Tart morning, definitely.
Yeah, that's or at least go out and get something.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause you don't want to. And if you go to the donut shop, don't get the Long Johns. That's
No, yeah, I know.
or anything cream filled.
Yeah, don't get a cream stick.
Yeah, just go get a I don't know, piece of sausage or something.
Patty, not Link.
Get a-
Right. Yeah, you don't want a sausage link after that
No, you do not.
with milk. So you have any shows coming up? We're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and wrap this hour up.
Like Iowa this weekend. And-
Iowa. So yeah, if you're listening here in Dayton, get out to Iowa.
Yeah.
No,
It's
actually, we go all over the world.
a 7-hour drive from here.
Yeah.
Is it really that far?
Yeah, it's not that far. I've gone 14 and a half hours.
No, I didn't realize getting to Iowa would take that long, but okay.
It's not like Kansas where you just click your heels together 3 times and you're there.
And then in 2 weeks, I'll be back in Iowa.
Hey, he's going back.
Yeah. Fort Madison and then Keokuk. You got to be careful how you say that one.
That is true.
Because
That
it's
is true. 'Cause of the
CEOKUK.
Because of the cuck at the end. You don't want someone-
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. If you're lucky, you get the cuck in the end.
You don't want
to cut
don't
this
want to be the
over.
cuck. You don't want to be
Yeah.
the cuck.
Well, I think you don't want to be getting anyway.
Right,
I'm not
right.
judging. I'm just that's wrong. Go to Marietta, Indiana, or not Marietta. I'm just going west as much as I can.
Okay.
Marietta, Ohio, which is always fun. The Lafayette Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's-
and supposedly the hotel is haunted.
oh, perfect.
But like I have tried. I've gone out in the hallway in my underwear at 3 a.m. drunk, yelling, "Here goes! Come here, ghost!" Nothing.
I usually text people at 3 a.m. in my underwear.
See, it's the same thing. Just mine
On my
aren't,
porch.
aren't alive. Yeah.
Or in the neighbor's porch sometimes.
Well,
That happens too.
it happens.
What are they pointing at? I don't know.
I don't know.
Go sit down!
Neighbors in a hotel get
in the hallway.
I've had it with the kids in the station. All right, we're going to go ahead. What, do you have any social media you want to throw out?
I do.
I have some kids you can throw out.
no. I don't need kids.
Or take
Thanks.
home with you. I don't
I'm
know.
not a priest.
Okay.
This driving. I'm sorry. Pedophilia is wrong.
Oh, yeah.
She was trying to make me lose the game.
I am
so-
on Facebook at Homer Shadowheart. Instagram because you can't fit that many letters on not Instagram on Twitter at H Shadowheart because evidently Homer's and Shadowheart is just way too long.
Right.
I can't even get it on the back of a hockey jersey, and considering they use Czechoslovakian names, that's crap.
Yeah, that's rough.
I am on Instagram. It's just Homer Shadowheart. YouTube, I've got a channel. There's not a lot of stuff on it right now, but we're working on that.
Cool. Yeah. Well, you can share this to it.
I will definitely do that.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in. It's been good catching up.
Thanks
Good
for
to
having
see you
me,
again. Hopefully, we'll see you around Wiley's.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, we're going to go
Hint,
ahead and
hint,
take our what's that?
I said hint, hint, hint.
Hint, hint, hint. We're gonna go ahead and take a little break and moist. We're gonna be back here shortly with Jody McDermott.
Woo!
Yeah. All right, Patrick. Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check it out wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we are on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM. You can also stream the show live at WWSU1069.org, and we go Facebook Live at the Life Radio Show's Facebook page. If you have suggestions or comments, feel free to email thelife1069@gmail.com.
A brutal presence. brutal presence.
These things fart when they move, and I kid you not.